Ubisoft have announced an open beta for The Division. Very exciting times. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the hard mode version of the one mission that will be available in the open beta. Let's get started. So we've kicked things off here by matchmaking directly into this game. That's a feature that you're going to discover as you go through the open beta. When you look at a mission on your map, you're actually able to select a matchmaking option and it will automatically drop you into a group ready to go. So in this group here, you'll see that this room has actually already been cleared out. There was just a few guys that run down those stairs, nothing too major. And then we're going to take out this guy at the top of the stairs when he appears, when he pops out. There he is. He's hiding. We're going to get him, don't worry. We've got some cover over here. Scoot up. Boom. And there it is with that nice SMG, making life very easy. Very low recoil in that weapon, so I definitely recommend picking one up. They're a great weapon to use. Not so great at long ranges like that, but overall a great weapon. So we're going to head up these stairs now, and we're going to go through this very schmick-looking room. Lots of stuff in this room. TV monitors, things happening. There's a little chest over here in the back. Doesn't really give you that much, but it's nice to have. I think it's a consumable of some description, like a grenade or soda pop or something. Up here on the right, don't forget that there is a resupply box, a restock box. It's going to fully refill your ammo and any medkits that you need. So we're going to move into the center court now, the middle of Madison Square Garden. Really awesome setup they've got here. You can see they've been using it as a hospital, which is why they've got all this medical equipment lying around. And this is where the fun really starts on this hard mode mission. There is a ton of enemies that start coming out, and they are all purple mobs, purple creatures, creeps. I don't know what you want to call them. Gang members. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, they've all got that purple life bar, which means that they are higher level. They've got more HP, and the little white bars above their head actually indicate that they are armored. So as you start shooting them, you're going to see that you're only going to be knocking damage off that little white bar at the top first, and the numbers that appear as you shoot them. See those blue numbers that you see there actually indicate that I'm shooting their armor. I'm doing armor damage, and when I'm doing orange damage, that indicates that I'm doing regular health damage. So that's an important little note to keep in mind there as you're playing through. So here I'm using an assault rifle. It's not bad at range. It's got a fair amount of kick on it, so it's actually quite good to use it as a burst fire weapon more than anything else. I'd really strongly recommend that. But here we're seeing these yellow bar enemies come out, and these are the toughest enemies in the game thus far, or that you'll encounter in the beta. They've got a ton of HP, a little bit more armor than the sort of purple counterparts. Essentially, they are very heavily laden bullet sponges, and you really need to drop a lot of rounds into them to start doing some damage. So yeah, so we're just going to shoot them away. As you can see, suddenly that blue thing that dropped on the ground there is actually a piece of cosmetic gear, so I'm able to whack that on. Look nice. Just still ticking away at everybody's health. We'll get there eventually. I'm running just a pure DPS build on this, if I remember correctly. Now I've got med as well, actually, so I can offer heals, and I can also pulse, which I should be doing. For whatever reason, I'm not. I can see one of my party members has now died, or he's dropped. I'm going to go run over to him and revive him. I'm going to collect my sweet loot. It's a trendy winter jacket. Oh, baby. Can't wait to put that one on. Adjustable vest. Magnum. And that. So most of that gear is probably just going to get broken down. Or sold, I should say. In the beta, you actually can't craft anything, so there's no benefit to breaking stuff down. Here's a restock chest on the right. Very useful because you will burn through a lot of ammo in this room. So don't forget to restock before you move up to the next room. But yeah, just come back to that point on craftables. Yeah, there's no crafting in the beta. It's all just sell it. Sell it, sell it. If you can't equip it, if it's a downgrade, just sell it straight away. Use the credits to buy stuff from the vendors at your base of operations. Crafting will be unlocked later, so there's going to be some incentive for you to break down your weapons there. On the left here, you will see a little medkit pack. If you didn't use that resupply box downstairs, you forgot, you can pick up medkit there. And then we're going to go through to probably the hardest room in this mission. You're going to see here that there's an approach that we need to navigate to get into a position of cover, which when our teammates are already shooting can be a little bit more tricky. You can actually rush those guys from that room, from that door that I was at before, so long as your teammates haven't started shooting them from here. You can move into cover before you start firing. But my teammates have already started firing, so I'm just going to push up right here. I'm going to try and take cover. Yep, luckily only copped a minor shot. And now I'm just going to be sort of chipping away at people's health from a distance. And this is not going to lie, very tricky. You're actually operating at a fair amount of range, and they have a fair amount of cover as well. They're able to duck down behind that bar or those tables pretty easily. So we're just going to be shooting away at these guys, trying to take up as much health as we can. It's only purple enemies in this room, which is nice, or at least at this point. But yeah, there's a lot of work just to get their health down. So we're going to be doing that. I wish I had as much health as these guys. Damn. Look at them. They just will not go down. This guy over here, he's just... There he is. Finally got him. That was a headshot there. You can hear that nice little sound that pops and then occurs. And you also see a different color of the damage that pops up as well. So here I'm trying to get an angle on a grenade, and I finally find one. I only do a small amount of damage with that grenade, but there it is. Almost get him down. There it is there with a bit of hip fire over the top. But that's another thing in this. You actually don't need to pop up in order to shoot. You can just put your gun over the top, but you will still take damage. They will shoot you in the hand, and you will cop damage that way, so just be careful. And also, obviously, your accuracy is greatly diminished. You are not going to be hitting targets as reliably. Here, I just popped a quick heal on myself there. That was a med kit that I used just to top myself up. Was desperately in need of that, so it was welcomed. My teammates are sort of staying there, not really in cover, so I don't think he's going to last very long, but good luck to him. Here I've got a really good line of sight on this guy here, so you can see I start doing some proper damage. Bit of a pulse there. Now that pulse, the way that I've got it spec'd, actually increases the amount of damage that I do to my targets. A really useful ability to use in a firefight, both in the Dark Zone and in PvE settings. Nearly getting closer to being able to... No, we're ready. So at this point, when the enemies are... or enough enemies are down on that side, you're actually just able to move up and push through this door over here and start positioning yourself ready for the next wave of enemies. Now, this part here is really important. What you need to do here is just rush straight up, and you want to try and get a grenade off ASAP into that area. And if you can do that, you're going to do a lot of damage. Now, I see I'm trying here. There it is. I was a bit slow to do that, but still, I copped quite a few of them. That makes life a lot easier. If those guys get through and you haven't put damage on them with an explosive, like a sticky or a grenade, they're going to have a lot of health. Those guys with bats are just going to rush you like this guy's doing right here. And it's very easy to get overwhelmed in this section. So as you can see, one of my teammates has gone down to one of those stupid batmen. The ones that just keep running up to you, just going, "Arrgh!" That's all they can do. And here we go. Now that room is clear. So the intent of this room was actually to protect the doctor. The doctor was back there. You've sort of got to rescue this person. They can actually die, and if the enemies push up far enough, they'll start attacking that doctor, and if that person dies, then it's mission fail. We're just going to go here, up the ladder. Now in this next area, the waypoint kind of goes a bit crazy. It doesn't really tell you where you need to go. It kind of gets a bit confused, but the main thing that you have to do is just go directly to the other side. So you see, yep, just follow. So that time it actually worked. And previously when I've done this, the waypoint just goes in sort of wacky directions. But essentially you're just going directly across this this bridge to up this next ladder. And when we get out here, we're going to see that on the right, there is a supply chest. So we're going to restock here because we're just about to face up against the final boss. And now we're fully stocked. We're going to move into position. Now, one thing I'd really strongly recommend doing is not opening fire on these guys until you are fully in position. So here you can see I'm in position. I'm waiting for my team to approach. And I'm seeing my team member. He's pretty trigger happy. He starts firing. So I'm like, cool, let's do this. Off we go. Able to take down one guy fairly quickly. I've got a good line on a few of them that are stacked up there with the grenades. So that was a great grenade there. Did plenty of damage. Still got plenty of health on those purple enemies. So still got to work on those a little bit. I'm now in trouble. I just copped a tear gas grenade. So basically that just stuns me a bit. It means that my accuracy is reduced for a few seconds. As you can see, my screen goes a little bit hazy and I hear a high-pitched noise playing. But yeah, there it is. So I'm just chipping away at the health of these guys now. Not too difficult, this section. Nice headshot there, boom. Alright, and so Hutch, the boss man, has appeared. So these named mobs you'll see, You know, all other mobs or other enemies in the game, they do not have a nameplate above them. They're all just named Alex, I guess, as you'll learn if you play the beta. But Hutch, though, he's a boss. He has a name above his head. He has yellow bar, so plenty of HP, and he has a lot of those armor plates, as you can see. Those little white bars at the top. He's got a lot of armor. So what I'd really recommend doing is just on this mission, just at this point, flank around to the left. Most of your team members are just going to be staying in that middle area. Most of the enemies are going to be rushing straight up the middle through a helipad. So when that's happening, if you just move up here to the left, you get a good line of sight on the enemy, able to chip away at their health. As you can see here, they're just ignoring me because I'm on their flank. They don't really see me. They're just rushing on my teammates. And now we're just going to open up on Hutch. So as we get him low and as he drops down, it triggers the next phase of the fight. You can see a lot of enemies incoming there. So I just pulse those guys to see them. And now we've got to work away. Now, if you can get good AoE damage on those guys when they're in that position, you can totally wreck them. I've just thrown a grenade here. They're all stunned from my teammates. And then, oh, that was actually not the right grenade to be throwing. Oh, no, I'm in some trouble. I'm going to get out of the way there, move back. So if that was a frag grenade, I would have done a lot of damage to those enemies. Sadly, it was just a tear gas grenade, so they all stand around stunned for a moment. And yeah, so we're just you know, dropping as much damage into these guys as we can. And there's a lot of them, as you can see. There is a ton of these enemies. I don't think we've got Hutch down yet. I haven't got line of sight him at this point. I can't see if my teammates have taken him down or not. I'm going to try and get an angle on another grenade here. Looks like I managed to get that, and that is an incendiary grenade. It does a lot of damage. It ticks over time. I wish I'd thrown that one earlier. I would have done a lot of damage. I can see Hutch has been dropped. We can see the blue sort of loot drop there from this hard mode. When you do this mission on hard mode, you are almost guaranteed to get a blue level drop. There it is. For me, in terms of you get an item from the mission completion. It's not a drop, it's just given to you in your inventory. And then, you know, Hutch also has a very high chance to drop a blue quality item when you're completing this mission on hard mode. So that's it now. I'm just running around looting the final bits and pieces here on the game. But yeah, that's it. That's the hard mode mission. It's a hell of a lot harder than the original, the normal mode. I'd really recommend doing this at level 7. Level 6 might be a bit of a stretch, but you can get it done. Guys, if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. I've got plenty more Division content in the backlog and also on the way. So yeah, check it out. And I really look forward to seeing you in the open beta. Thanks, guys.